Hey, so everybody, somebody's asking here, Bro Bryce, do you have an email address? Yes, james@itlnet.net. But it's much better to text to me because I get responses to you much quicker. 580-799-2873.
I'm the opposite if you're calling about puppies. I answer and respond faster to phone calls than I do text.
Okay. Somebody here, Maria Sanchez, says, also I wanted to say I bred a brindle to a merle try. The litter was 75% merle, no brindle. 2 came out with 10 points as well. Well, okay, here's the deal.
Lucky.
Yeah, maybe lucky, or merles don't show brindle when there's brindle present. So you can get confused on that. So you've got to test.
Do a DNA, yeah.
Yeah, do a DNA test.
She did a DNA since she was so
Yeah,
sure
so
about
I
it.
suspect you're going to find there's brindle present, unfortunately. But again, that's a great thing
Brindle
about.
could be there and you can't see it. It may be just a tiny spot.
Yes. Meryl Sanchez, same woman, says, hey, he said, don't put a merle and a merle carrier together.
Exactly.
For example, I have a black masked fawn female whose mum was a merle. I want to mate with a black masked lilac merle or chocolate merle. Is that okay? So just because a parent was a merle, remember half the offspring will, on average, will not be merles. So to be a merle, it only has one copy, little m, big M. So a dog that was from a merle parent had merle puppies in the litter, but was not merle itself. That's not a merle, and you can breed that back to merle.
DNA,
Yeah,
please.
DNA to be sure.
Yeah.
It could be a cryptic merle. A cryptic merle to a merle's okay, but the answer is if a dog doesn't show any merle, despite it had a merle parent, you're probably fine breeding to a merle. Reborn Kid JS1 says, hey James, I have a lilac fawn boy. His AYAT. Little d, little d, little b, little b, KY. So that dog is a lilac, no brindle, carries a copy of 10 points. What color female is the best? I breed to a lilac, get all lilac dogs. I mean, you could breed to a blue, get all blue dogs. You could breed to a chocolate, get all chocolate dogs. You could breed to a blue chocolate carrier and get some blues, some chocolates, and some lilacs. And I would breed to a lilac with 10 points, and that way you'd get all lilacs, of which half of them have 10 points. Okay, so these are all ones we handled yesterday. So I'm going to run forward to a conversation from the other day. I'm going to show you a picture. This is somebody, I'm just going to talk in length about this, I think. So this is a dog that have quite a few of these, where somebody calls up and says, hey, my dog has got a swollen eye. We're talking about a puppy that is typically 4 days to 2 weeks old. Eyes are shut. Typically one eye is really bulged and maybe seeping a little bit of pus in the corner, or the eye margin where the two eyelids come together might be crusty. And so that dog has an infected eye. And what has probably happened is mum has been licking the dog's faces, puppy's faces, and if you think about this, the eye has a little tear duct in the corner of the eye, and that tear duct links up to your nose and the back of your mouth. And so if a mama has been licking poop off puppy's hind ends, which of course they do, it then potentially gets into the dog's mouth or nose, gets up the eye canal and gets up the tear duct and gets up into the eye from the inside of the nose. That then develops into an infected eye.
It doesn't happen all the time because we've been doing this for 16 years.
No.
And we've only had it maybe twice.
Yeah, a handful of times in literally hundreds of puppies. Yeah.
We've only had it maybe twice.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
And a puppy that also didn't even have its eyes open yet. We had one, remember that?
Well, normally it happens that puppies that eyes haven't opened. That's exactly the scenario. The normal scenario is...
Now, this other one was after the eyes had opened because she said they were 2 weeks old.
Yes and no. I'll see if I can find the picture. But yeah, you're right. So typically the scenario that we've seen, and I've had lots of calls about this, you think to yourself, oh my goodness, what do I do? When that puppy eye opens up, there won't even be an eyeball in it. It'll just look, like frosted white and blind.
suck it in if it didn't have an eyeball
Yeah,
there.
well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But every time this has happened, the results have been absolutely fine. So here's
you
what
take a warm washcloth, lay it across the puppy's eye, and then just like if somebody had pink eye, you want to wipe out towards the outside of the eye, change to a new portion of the wash rag, and wipe out again that way.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can see a picture of this so you can see the picture of this dog. So yeah, so there's a couple of scenarios here. One is that in this particular dog I'm going to show you a picture of, it had one eye open. It was 2 weeks old. The rest of the puppies all had their eyes open. This one left eye, what had happened is because of the infection, it had got kind of an infection, it got kind of crusted up, and the corner of the eye was just showing a little bit of opening. In a situation like that, get the hot rag that Tammy was talking about on the eye. Warm rag, yeah. Because it gets everything kind of heated up inside, you know, the pus will get more runny, and just start moving from where the closed portion is to the open portion. Run that rag over there with a little gentle pressure and see if you can get the pus to come out the corner of the eye. And like Tammy's saying, every time you do it, fold the rag over and you can use a paper towel, a wet paper towel, use a fresh portion.
Rougher.
Yeah, use a fresh portion of the rag so you're not introducing, you don't want to wipe backwards and get any muck back into it. You're trying to wipe across, typically you'll see the opening here where it opens first. You rub across the eye like this gently and squeeze that pus out. And the puppy may not like it very much, but just just if it's screaming, stop. But I mean, just gently do it, and I think you'll find you get most of the pus out. Now, if the other puppy's eyes are open, or if this puppy already has an open eye, go ahead and get that eye opened up. Just gently tease it open, again with some warm water, and just gently tease it open over a 5-10 minute period, and get the eye open, and get all that crap out of there. If you do that, it will clear up really quickly. Now,
mostly on French Bulldog puppies, eyes opening are anywhere from 8 to 10 days.
Yes. He wants you to pull over.
What?
He wants you to pull over. He's asking you to
did?
pull over.
Oh,
Yes.
did he? Okay.
How fast are we going?
Well, I don't know if he was asking.
Got a ticket.
to pull
We're going to hang up. So this is a continuation of the previous video because somebody got stopped speeding.
But I didn't get a ticket.
Sammy got clocked at 82 and a 65, and she talked her way out of it. How about that? That's my woman right there. So what do you do if you get stopped by the police? You're humble and polite. That's what you are, always. Doesn't matter who you are.
Driver's license ready.
Yep. Keep your hands on the steering wheel. Don't put them into any kind of anxious situation where you're going for something in a glove box. And look, we deserved a ticket. We didn't get one. It was very nice of the police officer. We appreciate that. But if you have an argument with the police, it's always better to sort that in court, not there at the side of the road. I can tell you that.
Right.
So
I always taught my kids it's yes sir, no sir.
yes, even if
Yes,
you think they've got it wrong,
No, ma'am.
they've got it wrong, and you're on the right. The place to argue this is in court. Anyway,
Yeah.
but here we are. This is back to this puppy here, and you can see this eye here is very swollen up. Puppy's very swollen up eye, 2 weeks old. So what do you do? So the answer is, in most cases, is that you can get some relief for the puppy just by kind of massaging it and getting some of the pus out. But if this puppy is, just 3 or 4 days old, you don't want that eye opening up that early. You want that eye staying closed. So the solution then is that you should be going to your vet and getting some appropriate antibiotic like Clavamox, amoxicillin, something like that. And then keep a careful eye out for the rest of the puppies, because if one gets it, you could have the same problem with the other puppies. Personally, when we've seen this, it's always just been a single puppy that's had it. And it's always been resolved without any issue whatsoever at all. And when the eye opens up, the eye's absolutely fine and everything goes completely back to normal. But if you're close to the point where the eyes are going to be open, 8, 9, 10 days old, or one of the eyes already opened, or the rest of the puppies have eyes that are starting to open up, get it opened up and get the muck out of there. And I think you're going to find that very quickly that sorts the problem out.
You forgot to tell everybody when the last time I got a ticket.
Tell them while I look and find the next one. Tell them the story, Tammy.
It was 5 years ago.
Yep.
And it was at the discretion of the police officer.
Well, you didn't get a ticket, you got a warning, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a warning.
Yeah.
So,
So my driving's good.
So let's have a conversation about Tammy's driving. In these videos, you will see cars flying. We're flying past all the cars. Tammy is hardly ever overtaken by anybody unless it's a police officer. That's the way it goes. Tammy likes to drive
James.
fast. What? It's true. It's probably a policeman watching this somewhere, and they're
I'm
gonna.
a very careful driver, though.
Yeah.
I am.
Right.
I am.
You're a very
How
aggressive.
many wrecks have I avoided when you've been in the car with me? 2?
More the question is,
With
how many
my
wrecks have you
kids, about
caused that are
4.
behind us that you don't know about?
No.
You're an aggressive driver, Tammy. You're good. You're not defensive.
I'm cautious of what's ahead of me at all
Well, you
times
are.
of what's
You
around
are,
me.
but you drive fast.
That
You-
prevented us from having a
You
car
drive-
accident a couple of times.
Probably true.
Now, car accident you were in the middle of it.
Well, I haven't had a ticket in 20 years.
Car accident, I said.
I've been involved in one car accident. It was
Right.
my fault when I first
But
started
you might
driving.
have could have avoided it if you
Well,
would have avoided it.
within 2
Yeah,
months
the
getting
other
a
accident
license.
that was fixing to have and got out of was avoided because I was cautious about what's going around me at all times.
All right, let's go find some more questions.
He avoided that one.
Yes. Tell us something about puppies while I'm looking through this, Tammy.
Puppies? I
Yeah.
love puppies.
Love puppies.
Love them.
Tell people how you market your puppies. How do you market puppies? So that's a good topic right there. It's a topic all into its own.
Well, it's
So,
not fair because
let's-
we've been doing it for 16 years.
Well, let's just
so
finish
it's
this
pretty-
whole thing because it's getting fairly long. Let's just
No.
finish this whole thing about how you market puppies and the way to market puppies. Well, the first thing is you got to decide who your audience is. Are you trying to find homes for your puppies locally, or are you prepared to have those puppies travel some distance, maybe with a nanny? Because if it's the latter, then the whole of the United States is your audience. And that typically is an audience for more expensive puppies. I don't think somebody's going to be prepared. So a nanny service, we have a nanny, her name's Kelly, she's great. She does all of our nanny service for us. She picks up the puppy at the airport in Oklahoma City. Puppy travels with her in the plane, with all the other humans in the cabin of the plane, with all the other human beings to be delivered at some major airport somewhere else in the United States. The cost of that's a bit more expensive with COVID going on, but what, $500 to $500?
$5 to $550.
Yeah, $500 to $550.
You said $5 to $500.
Yeah, sorry. 500 to 550. $5 not.
I want to find that $5
Yeah, I do
person.
too. Yeah, but look, I
500 to
mean, but
550.
here's the deal: you're not
How's it
selling
paid?
a $1,500 puppy and tacking on a $500 fee to it. It's not going to sell. I mean, it's just so. If you've got, and again, I hate to harp on this because people get annoyed with me, but if you've got a brindle puppy, it's probably going to be something more like a $1,500 puppy. That puppy's not going to be typically going to be traveling great distances. So I'm talking that if you're going to go to this bigger world, United States audience, probably you're talking about blues and tans, chocolate and tans, lilacs, platinums, merles, fluffy dogs. Okay. So that being said, how do you market these puppies? Well, look, if you're new to this game, people have no idea about whether or not you're reliable, whether or not you're going to go through with your end of the deal, whether you're going to scam them or not. So you've got to make people careful. Not very careful. You've got to make people comfortable with buying a puppy from you.
Right. I just found out the other day there's a couple that have taken some pictures from our website, and these puppies are like 5 years old by now. They're the blue and white pied that we'd had 5 years ago, and they're trying to sell our puppies to some people that called me up and gave me their names and their phone number and the address.
Yeah, it's scammers.
So yeah,
they're
they're scammers. They're
So-
scammers. You got to do your homework.
Right.
And this person said, when they asked to FaceTime, they said, "Oh, I have a Samsung phone. I can't FaceTime." Well, that's a story, because if you're on Facebook, you can FaceTime on Facebook.
Yes.
Also, she said, well, we asked him to Zoom us, and he said he couldn't do it. So they
Yeah.
knew it was a scam. They called me
Yep. Oh, sorry.
to let me know that they were being scammed.
Well, I think the point here is this, though. You've got to make your customers comfortable. So you've got to make it easy for your customers to believe that you're not scamming. And the answer to this is you say to your customers, look, I've got the dog. I can prove it to you. I can give you all the information you want. Let's FaceTime. Because if you can't cheat on a FaceTime, not easily anyway. So that you've got to make your customers happy with the fact that they're going to do business with you. Now, there are going to be some people who are going to want to say, oh, I want the puppy and I'll pay you afterwards. I would not ever do that. You're going to get scammed yourself. So that's not something that we would offer to anybody ever. But look, here's the deal. If somebody is unsure about this, they can come meet you. Just choose a suitable place to meet. A suitable place to meet somebody is in the parking lot of a police station.
Exactly.
Yes. Or in a well-traveled place, like possibly a Walmart's parking lot. But a
police station's probably the best.
The police station's the best, because anybody who's going to scam you is not going to try to steal your puppy in a police station parking lot. You can even go into the police station and say, hey, I'm going to be in your parking lot. I've got somebody who's looking to buy a puppy of mine. Just want to let you know that I'm here. Right? They won't mind. They're good people. So the first thing is you've got to make your customer happy, convinced that you really have a puppy and that you're going to do what you do. Second thing is,
hopefully your customer is doing their homework.
Yes. Second thing is you need to know the DNA color of your dog. If you're selling a dog for breeding purposes and it's an expensive dog, you better make sure you know what the DNA of that dog is. And if you're not sure, go do a DNA test at Animal Genetics. $130, do a complete coat color test. This place is busy, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Complete coat color test, and with that information you can assure your customer that you really know what you're talking about. Next thing is lots and lots of pictures, and lots of pictures in a good environment. You know, with the best pictures are with the kids and the grandkids playing with puppies out on the back patio with the puppies running around. So you're not just getting single still shots, but you're getting the movement of the puppies. You can see how they react with the other puppies. You can see their personalities. You can show off your dogs. You can show off the way that you love your dogs, hopefully. Lots of videos, lots of pictures. And then the next thing is start early. Don't wait till they're 9 weeks old before you try to sell puppies. Get some interest in your puppies from day one, right when they're born. Start showing pictures of puppies, videos of puppies. YouTube for us has been a great vehicle. You can go get yourself a website and you can put them on a website like we do. You can go pay for advertising at places like AKC offers classified ads that you can pay for. Puppy Find, another place that we use, but Puppy Find is kind of got tons of people. All right, so that's too long right now. We're going to go eat some lunch. So from Tammy and me
at www.lovemypups, LOVEMYPUPS.com for our puppies, and for James's is www.mybreedersupply.com
for the products that we sell to help you have beautiful puppies. And we don't have any puppies at the moment, by the way. So
we have one little female.
Oh, we've got one little female. That's right. We have one little lilac female. Yes. Okay. Bye, everybody.